morning. I am on a mission this morning to deliver a rainbow. So I have to do a little work trip. My boss lives about a 25-minute drive away, and as part of one of our social media things that we're doing, the children of the museum, well, not of the museum, but the children of the people that work at the museum, there aren't many, have drawn rainbows. And I'm the only one that doesn't live very, very near to the museum, so I'm going to go and drop it at my boss's house. It should only take me 25 minutes, and it'll give me a really, really good 25 minutes in the car there and 25 minutes in the car on the way back to listen to some podcasts, so that's quite good. And I'll be able to get a bit of sharing of rainbows done so that we can put that on our social media on Monday. So that's really good. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to hook up to the Happy podcast with Fern Cotton and enjoy the drive on a sunny day. Home. Phoebe's here.
Hi everyone.
Dan's in the garden rebuilding the woodshed, so I'm going to take you down the garden and show you what he's doing. Then I'm going to clear up the kitchen and make everyone some lunch. Then I'll help Dan put all the wood back in the woodshed. And then I would really, really like to do some crochet on my new project, which I'm doing with my hook that this one bought me.
I'm the best.
Yeah, so here Dan sawing things in the background, power tooling. Yeah, I can't remember what I was just saying, got distracted by power tools. So I'm going to go and show you what Dan's doing. Oh yeah, and I'll show you my new project, and I've just realised I need to hoover. Are you going to do the hoovering for me?
Sure.
Phoebe's going to hoover. News just in, Phoebe's going to hoover. My new project is in my dodgy bag, and I've just finished colour 1. This project is so unbelievably fun and satisfying. Once you get past it, you do a few rows to begin with, and then it's an 8-row repeat, and you just keep going until you run out of yarn. So this is the entire first mini. So this is 20 grams of the Back to Blighty yarn. Can't really see it against my old rug, but there you go. And then I've got 4 other colours, and we have elected, I haven't balled this one up yet, we have elected that grey will be the next colour. So I'm going to start that next. But I'm really enjoying it. It's such a relaxing thing to make. I am about to dust and hoover the living room, and I've had this box hanging around for ages that I need to sort out and get put away over the summer. What did someone commented saying what the summer version of hibernation was? I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I thought I'd do a very quick whistle-stop tour of anything handmade that's in this box, and I'm going to try and do it really quickly because I know I have a tendency to ramble. First up, we have these handmade orange wrist warmers. These were a gift from a lovely viewer of this podcast called Chris. They are absolutely fantastic, and I never get to wear them because Lilia has claimed them as her own. She absolutely loves these. For some reason, I have a crocheted face wipe gift from Cherie of Ollie and Bella. I don't know why this is down here, because we use these, especially Phoebe. They're her favourite thing. Cherie, if you're watching, Phoebe loves your face wipes that you make.
I love them.
I made these myself. The yarn is Little French Meadow. It was left over from some socks I made my sister, and I just made some very simple little wristers with a granite stitch border. And I knit these as a tube and then cut it in half, and then put the borders on the end afterwards. And these are really, really cute, and they keep your wrists warm, especially if you're working in a cold office on the computer. These you've seen recently. These were a gift from a lovely viewer of this podcast called Ellie. They are beautiful. I hope one day I'll be clever enough to make something like this. I made these for Phoebe. These are her Hufflepuff mitts. I kind of made up the pattern, but they're loosely based on a gamer crafting pattern called You're a Wizard mitts. They are on my Ravelry projects if you want to have a look at more. I held the yarn double. It's self-striping sock yarn, held double with grey. what's inside. There's lots of stuff in here that are not handmade, just gloves, probably some gloves that are missing partners, so I need to sort all these out. But there's also handmade. These are the first pair of handmade anything to wear that I ever made, I think. They are pure alpaca, which is Kentish alpaca, which I bought from the farm where the alpacas lived and where the yarn was spun and processed. And they are tiny, tiny little granny squares all sewn together and then bordered at the top and at the bottom with a picot stitch at the bottom. Be easier to show you these on the wrist that does not have a watch. Yeah, I hardly ever wear these and I don't know why, but it's really, really beautiful yarn. This is Lilia's You're a Wizard mitts in a Gryffindor colourway. This is a Game of Crafting colour. It's a DK yarn and I think it was called Courage or Bravery, can't remember, but it's Gryffindor inspired. This is another very early make of mine, crocheted mitts. I did follow a pattern. I made this pattern quite a lot. The reason it's tight on me is because I made it for a child size Lilia. The yarn is not the appropriate yarn to use really. You can see where I've seamed it and you can see how dirty they are because they have been worn a lot by both my girls. I can't remember the pattern. I'll look it up and put it on the screen because this is a really, really good, quick, effective pattern for little cabled crochet mitts. These are Lilia's. My mum made these, so I don't know the pattern, but my mum is really good at making little cabled mittens. This is another pair of those cabled crochet mitts, but these ones are mine. I have a pair, but one is much, much smaller than the other. I did something wrong, but you can't really tell. This is a pattern that I finished off. It was from the Happy Hooker book. And I'd started making them and I was going to frog it. And then I thought, no, because it was from years ago. And I thought, no, I'll finish them. And then the girls asked if I could put a little butterfly on. So I did a little crochet butterfly to go on as decoration. These get worn by all three of us. Before I knitted, I bought these arm warmers from a seller on Etsy. And they are super long. And I love them. And now I look at it and think, I could make that. This is another pair made by my mum. These are crochet wristers that I made with yarn that I dyed naturally. So the brown is yarn I dyed using sage, I believe, and then the yellow I dyed using the skins of crab apples. I think that's what I used, but the information will be on the Ravelry page for it. I can't remember the name of the pattern. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. If not, it is on my Ravelry page. I'm Starry Eyes Ali on Ravelry. Two pairs of cute little hand mitts, also made by my mum for the girls. I've got some as well, but they're in the car. Oh, and this is another pair of those crochet mittens. And I accidentally kind of almost felted them in the wash. I think I'd got this yarn from a charity shop and didn't know what it was and kind of felted them a bit. But they're still really warm and cosy. I might keep these in the car as well for very cold driving days. And finally, this is a pattern by Cozy Cute Knits. I can't remember the name of it, so I'll put it on the screen. I made these on a work trip to Belgium. They're a knitted pattern with cables. They're really, really nice. I'll put the name of it up. And that's it. The storm before the calm. Man stuff. Grr. Nails, hammers, power tools.
Can't get them now.
So this is the wood store, and Dan is basically making it half the width that it was because it was just too big, and then that's all the wood that's going to go back in it when it's finished. And we may even paint it if I can find some garden paint in the shed. and to weed in that corner. I just found these as I was continuing my glove sort out. These were from Lily, my friend Lily, and they are Selby mittens that she made. These are so gorgeous and they fit me so perfectly. This is a whole new level of colour work. Will I ever be able to do this kind of knitting? We are sorting out the kids' bookshelf, which is usually there in that corner. I'm also going to be sorting out that shelf underneath. But the first order of sorting it out was making a gigantic mess all over the floor. Bedroom because somebody in the comments asked about how we had a window above our bedroom. God, the state of my hair. Honestly, lockdown haircuts, people. I need to get at my fringe with scissors again. Why is it growing so fast? It never normally grows this fast. Maybe lockdown's really good for your hair. Right, so I'm in my bedroom. This is the door. It's an original Victorian door. It's a bit messy. And then above the door is, I'm just going to swing the panel round, the camera round. So here is the, I'll just step back a bit. So we've got very high ceilings and you can see here that above our bedroom door we have a Victorian window. Now, as I understand it, Victorian windows above doorways are in order to let light travel through. Yeah. And the reason I could see people walking, let me see if I can show you by holding the camera up. The reason I could see people walking, can you see? Ooh. So the staircase is here. And it leads up to Lilia's bedroom. So when they go up the stairs there, leaving their dirty fingerprints all up the wall, I can see them through there. And there you go, there's why. Hello, it's just about 5 to 8 in the evening and I've had a bath, hence the fluffy hair, and I've just been clearing up downstairs. I'm about to go and quickly water the garden and then we're all going to settle down as a family to watch Britain's Got Talent. Phoebe had her dinner with her best friend earlier. It was so sweet. They both arranged to have their dinner at the same time and they FaceTimed at the dining room tables. All I could hear all the way through was them just chitter-chattering and gossiping all the way through. They really, really enjoyed it. Lilia was due to do the same with her friends, but they've now, for reasons I cannot fathom or understand, decided to do it tomorrow night instead. So that's lovely. I think that's a really nice idea. Yeah, so hopefully a nice relaxing evening with some crochet, because I haven't managed to do anything of the kind all day long. And we'll be raising a glass tonight because it's 2 years today since my dad died. It's not a date that I make a conscious decision to identify or keep in mind or commemorate, really. But it's only been 2 years, so I think it's still quite fresh in our memories. I guess in many ways it always will be. I do prefer to raise a glass to him on his birthday and remember all the happy times, but we'll definitely be raising a glass to him tonight. My dad's favourite tipple was red wine. I love red wine, but I cannot drink it. My new and improved plumbing does not approve of it. So I will probably just have a tiny sip. Yeah, so that's the plan for tonight. I'm feeling quite mellow after my nice warm bath, and I'm going to bid you good night, and I will see you tomorrow for what feels like it's going to be Monday, but in fact is Sunday because I don't know where I am at the moment. See you tomorrow. Night.